So today we're doing a 10-year rebuild, our first 10-year rebuild of MLB The Show 22, and we're going to be doing it with the Pittsburgh Pirates. A team that's just been in a pretty long drought. I think 2016 was their last postseason appearance, and since then it's been pretty downhill. So with that being said, let's turn this team around. We got 10 years to do it. Let's see how quickly we can, and I hope you do enjoy the video. Of course, if you do, hit the like button down below, subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoy the content, and of course, in the comment section, let me know what team you want to see next. So when you look at the team, Roenzi Contreras, I know, just picked up his first win in real life, but right now in the game, he's not ready. And then we've got Quinn Priester. Solometo probably should be a little bit higher. I know he was a high draft pick in the previous draft. I think it was the previous draft. But then when you look at the rest, I mean, it's kind of a big question mark for a lot of these players. Yikes. You've got Henry Davis, who was the #1 overall pick last year. Looking to see what he could do. I'm excited for that. And then looking at the rest, you know, a lot of second basemen, Josh Van Meter, Chavis. I know Dio Castillo's a guy that's kind of jumped, you know, just kind of jumped onto the scene. You got Gonzalez, you've got Marcano, G. Juan Bay, Castro, Cole Tucker, Brian Hayes with his extension recently. You've got O'Neal Cruz, who's not getting called up for some reason. Piguero. And then the outfield, you've got Alford, but a couple question marks there as well, just because some players really haven't developed just yet. So I'm gonna see what we can do with this team. I'm not gonna make any changes like I've been doing. I'm gonna go straight to the draft and we'll go from there, see what happens. All right, so I'm looking at these different players that are available in the draft. Tommy Bake looks really good. I think he's probably one of the more well-rounded hitters. We've also got Lamar William, again, looks really solid hitter-wise. Injury risk is high, but I don't use injuries, so I don't know why I mentioned that. Von Massey looks pretty solid out of Mexico. We've got, who else? Brady looks okay, but we don't necessarily need a third baseman. A 6'5" second baseman doesn't make a lot of sense, but he looks okay. He looks all right. Not a lot of pop in the bat. And then a lot of these other pitchers look like long-term prospects, or just other position players that are blue chip prospects look like long-term prospects. Cam Graham, the name is amazing, but looks really good. I think this is probably the best bet we can get if we're looking for a pitcher, because the other one's just not that great. And I'm kind of thinking pitcher might be the best move. Lauren Flowers also looks pretty solid, but I think either the pitcher or this guy right here, Tommy, I think that's probably the best one. Or maybe Lamar, because the contact's pretty high. So do I go Lamar, or do I go with the pitcher, Cam Graham? That's kind of what I'm torn between right now. And I feel like we're going 10 years. Having a really good pitcher for the future is probably the best bet. It'll also save us some money and we can spend it somewhere else. Cam Graham, get in the team. I'm going to go Von Massey, another catcher. Probably going to move him to like some other position. I don't know where, but we're going to. That's the move, at least. That's the plan, I should say. And who else could I get here? Bryant Falk looks pretty good. Derek Webster looks all right. I think just based on the fact that we have him pretty scouted, Bryant Falk's probably the next player I'm going to take. We got 3 more picks. I don't know where to go from here, man. With just whoever we can have that's scouted. Derek Webster, the hits per 9 is so low. That's so worrisome. But let's take it. 2 more picks. We'll probably pick that last guy that's still available on the board that we have scouted quite a bit. If he's still there, he is Randy Peters. Ooh, I don't like his per 9s at all. I think he's gonna be really bad, but we'll take him. I'm not even gonna worry about the sixth round pick, and let's see how we did. Cam Graham, 71 overall, 93 potential. I mean, I feel like that's a solid move for us. I mean, we can go and try to find the other guys who were drafted, which were first baseman. I think we were looking at Tommy. He's got 86 potential. Hitting wise, he looks unbelievable though. And then the other one was like something William Jackson. No, it was a first baseman. Was it a third baseman? It was Lamar William. Here he is. He looks pretty good too. Looks pretty solid. 88 potential. Wow, the Reds had a really good draft. 89 potential down here. 74. I wanted this guy and they took him before me, but I'm kind of glad we didn't get him because he's not really gonna improve too much more. But okay, all right, let's go see what we did as a team. So 93 potential, which is awesome. 80 potential for the guy who's a catcher. I'm looking at his stats though, 5'11", maybe like a second baseman, or just like a backup for us, a backup catcher, something. We'll figure it out. 86 potential for Bryant Falk, which is awesome to see. 77 for Webster. The hits per 9 is super low, so I'm a little worried there. 87 for Peters. And this is the guy with the 3 pitches. I'm thinking he might be a reliever. He's got really good stamina, I know, but like he's got high Ks, high home runs. The walks and the hits are really low, and that's what worries me. And I think if we can limit his innings, he might be a better reliever. And then I'm not even worried about Hank here. He looks terrible. So I'm gonna try to, like, I don't want to say solidify our outfield, but I at least want to try to get a couple outfielders to help us out. Obviously we have Brian Reynolds, so like that's kind of one guy that I'm kind of keeping in the team. Unlike what the Pirates might do, they might trade him. I don't know why, but it sounds like they might trade him. I'm gonna go to the Marlins. I'm gonna give Jesus Sanchez a try, and to make this deal possible, I'm gonna give him Matt Frazier, and also someone that I'm not gonna use in the future in a catcher, and that's Abraham Gutierrez. I mean, he doesn't look bad. He might actually be like a decent catcher, but we got Henry Davis. That's really what it comes down to. So let's get Jesus Sanchez in the team. So we were the worst team by quite a bit. At least I'm like 99% sure. So 49 and 113. Yeah. By about 20 games. Holy cow! How are we that bad? Brian Reynolds thankfully helped us out with one league leading category, but outside of that, I mean, we're bad. We're bad. And I think the thing with this team is going to be allowing a lot of players to walk in free agency and then going from there, just kind of changing and tweaking things and spending money wisely. I think that's going to be another thing too. And also building through the draft. Again, we have 10 years. Honestly, if we can just coast for like 2, 3, maybe 4 seasons and then really ramp it up come season 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I think we'll be really solid. But couple gold glove winners. Tatis and Seager are your MVPs. He had a crazy season. Corbin Burns, Cy Young, along with Ohtani, Corey Seager, and Harper, batting title winners. Let's see what else we got. Reliever of the year goes to Tyler Rogers and Adam Simber. And then Torkelson and Suzuki are your rookies of the year. And Anibal Sanchez, even though he's 38, yeah, just ignore that. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, players are going to get called up. Players are going to get sent down. Realistically, what I'm looking for is like, I want Contreras. I think I got to get him into the mix. I don't want to say quickly, but like, because he's 22. I know he's getting MLB time now. But like at the same time, like he's going to get throttled. So like if I can keep him in the minors for one more year for this, I think he'd be pretty solid. And then looking at the rest of the guys, Heath Hembry's probably not a guy I'm bringing back. He's a free agent. I mean, maybe if it's like $2 million, I'd consider it. Aaron Fletcher wasn't that bad, but he's going down in rating. Sam Howard. Chris Stratton was pretty good. Ooh. I'm going to bring him back. And then David Bednar, he'll improve. I have faith on David Bednar. All right, starters. Thompson, Brubaker, Eichhoff, Keller. Yikes. Okay. All right, O'Neal Cruz didn't really get much time. Perez, yikes. Marisnik, whatever. I mean, everybody kind of got sent down, which means everybody was pretty bad. And Gamble. Ew. Like, this is probably the one bright spot we have besides Key Brian Hayes, who honestly not that bad. I know he mashes lefty. He's going to continue to improve. So I'm looking forward to that. Vogie's okay. Like 28 home runs is not bad to have, especially if I make him a DH. I think he could be pretty solid, especially versus righties. Alford, honestly, if I keep him in versus righties, he might not be bad. And then try to get like a lefty killer. Michael Chavis, I think he's only good versus lefties, so we should probably make that adjustment as well. Sanchez, man, I kind of hope he pops off. But I feel like we're gonna need to make some changes for sure. I think we're gonna have to play a couple platoon matchups going forward in the next couple seasons. So the Dodgers win the World Series, as they should with the team that they have. A couple players retire, no inductees. Let's kind of sort this out. So I don't want anybody back. I mean, maybe Heath Hembry. How much does he want for a season? Like nothing. At 34 years old, kind of going up, kind of going down, not the greatest of years. Realistically, we're not going to be competing. So if I can pay $1 million for a guy to get into our bullpen, eat some innings, I'm okay with that. Jake Marisnik, I'm out on, and then Perez was garbage, so I am also out him. So next up, let's figure this out. I want to clean this up a little bit. I'm thinking it's time to start to turn to some of the youngsters. All right, so we just need everything. Pitching, hitters, all that good stuff. The thing I'm looking at here is Nick Gonzalez probably getting sent down, but it is going to be Cruz. It is going to be Jesus Sanchez. So players that I'm actually going to have next year. So like this, he's going to be down here and something like this, right? So I could use a catcher. Right field, left field, center field's good. I want to find a lefty hitter to like kind of pair up with Alford. Vogelbach as my DH. Chavis is going to be my first baseman versus lefties. And then, so I technically need a righty or a righty killing first baseman. I need a catcher. And then I also need a second baseman. Because Nick Gonzalez isn't going to be up. And I don't, Peguero, maybe. I want to let him develop his hitting a little bit more. Same thing with Marcano. Like, Marcano's great and all. Do we have a second baseman? I guess we could go Van Meter, but like, Marcano. Like, no one's like really good hitting wise. There's that. And then even in the farm system, no one, like Kevin Newman, no, that's disgusting. So pitching's a big thing. Outfield, I've been looking around. I'm torn between Robbie Grossman, who's decent versus lefties, is what I'm looking for, or Chad Pinder, good versus lefties. That's kind of what I'm looking at. He's also super versatile, so we can play a bunch of different positions. I'm also kind of looking for youngsters who have a little upside, right? Like, we're not going to be good. Like, we're not. We're going to be bad for a couple years. So if I can find some players that are like mid to high 20s with like C potential, or, you know, mid to low 20s with C potential, and have like they could develop with the team, I'm down for that. Like, because we're going to be bad. And what's the worst that can happen? They suck too? Oh no, we just let them walk. We've got our prospects developing in the farm system. They're ready to come up in 4 years anyways, so we're good to go. So like, I'm trying to find players that like Odor. He's 29. He's got beat potential, so at least he'll get into the 80s, and he might end up being good. He's hitting 20 home runs. We give him a full year, and if he's bad, he's bad. So maybe we do like who could come up and compete with him? Peguero. Also, Vogelbach might be bad. Odor could just be like our DH, or just a really good power hitter for us. So let's do like a 3-year club option where we bump this up to like 13 mil. Actually, let's just make it like 14 mil. Like, there we go. 3-year club option. If he's bad, oh no, we're in so much trouble. First base, who's someone that we could turn to that's like kind of young? Let's see here. What about like Josh Bell's 30, but like, let's bring him back. Let's do another thing. 3 years. We'll do a little club option, so he'll still be 32 if it doesn't pan out, and he can go to a competing team for his final years of his career. I'll bump it up to 7.7, and I like that. So now the outfield, I want somebody at like, I think we're not really gonna find a lot of good youngsters. I'm gonna go Chad Pinder. I'm just gonna do a year on him. We'll go like 4 mil, and then I'm just gonna offer a bunch of pitchers. I don't want to sit here while you guys do, or I'm not gonna sit here and make you guys watch me go through every single pitcher. So let me pick out a couple for this upcoming season. I'm not gonna blow all of our budget this year. I'm really just trying to find people that are gonna eat innings this season. All right, let's see what kind of these big moves that happen. Nothing's happened yet, so there's that. I have 41 men on my 40-man roster. I think I'm releasing this guy, so we'll just do that. There's probably a couple others that I'm getting rid of. I think I'm getting rid of Tsutsugo just because of the deep potential. I'm pretty sure I'm getting rid of Allen as well, so that opens up a couple spots. Free agency, we've gotten every player that I wanted. That's actually big for us. So I think I'm just going to leave it there. I've shown you that. I picked up a couple pitchers. One pitcher I should show you who I'm kind of like excited about is Joe Ross, 29 years old. I gave him a 3-year deal with the team option on the last year because like I was like, he's 29, beat potential. He could end up being like a pretty solid piece in our rotation. And then I went for a couple relievers, Daniel Norris, and also the starter, Daniel Hayashi, 19 years old with C potential. But I've kind of kept it a little low key for now. I want to see what other names start to pop up throughout free agency. And then I'll see you guys for the next season. All right, so season 2, probably going to be pretty bad. Reynolds, Odor, Josh Bell, you got Vogelbach, Brian Hayes, Sanchez, Alford, Bam Boom. Yeah, that's how you know we're going to be good. We got Bam Boom in the team. And then O'Neal Cruz. So you got to see what's going on here. Chad Pinder gets in versus lefties. We've got the farm system still doing their thing, slowly starting to develop some of these guys. And then we look at our pitchers. This is what we're rocking here. Jordan Lyles got signed. Daniel Norris got signed. Hunter Wood got signed. But everything else is kind of the same. I mean, like, if you look at the roster history, you can see I signed some pretty bad players to fill out the roster. And I think that's kind of it. Plawecki got signed. Van Boom got signed as a backup. Oh, I signed Travis Lakins Sr. as well as Jose De Leon because I needed more players. I think that's it. I mean, the draft is going to be our best friend. So let's just get to it because we got the #1 pick. This is the best player in the draft. And I told myself I wouldn't take... Oh, Greg Papas. I didn't see... How did I miss this guy? He looks okay. These guys look like really long-term projects. And like I said, we could definitely take them. But at the same time, I want to get players that we're going to be able to use. And most of these guys looks like they're going to take some time to develop. This guy looks like he's pretty decent. Hits per 9 are a little low. If I were to take a picture, it would probably be Craig Suter. But that first baseman, what was his name? Greg Papas? I'm all about it. That looks way too good to pass up. I'm going to take Torrey Beck as a reliever. I really wanted this one outfielder, and he ended up getting taken early in the first round, actually. So let me show you who it was. He actually looked really good. His name was Tom Cadimer. Man, I was kind of hoping he would have slid to the second round, but if he's getting picked 16th, he's going to be pretty good. So there's that. That's unfortunate. I think I'm going to take Rosas here. Is that who I want? I think that's who I want. I think I'm going to take Rosas. Unless, yeah, I think Rosas is the one I'm going to take. I think that's... Yeah, let's take him. Let's get another pitcher. I'm going to take Tom Kim. I'm going to take him. And the last 2 picks, I feel like we've been going a lot of pitchers. So maybe we switch it up, get a position player or 2. But I mean, they're just kind of setting us up to get really good pitchers. And we have them really scouted. So I feel like that's the right move. Because like these guys aren't going to be good, right? Like the potentials that I'll take Ulrich. I'm going to take a shot on him. We're in the 5th round anyways. And then Boyd Lopez got chosen. That was probably going to be my last pick if he was still there. But I'm going to take this guy. We've got him scouted quite a bit. We're just going to be very pitcher heavy. All right, I need to go to the Twins and see how they did with that 1 pick. Where is he? Cadimer. No, it wasn't the Twins. Who got him? Oh, the Guardians. 75 overall. He already looks really good contact-wise. Good fielding, okay speed at 23 years old, but 75 overall, 82 potential. So there's that. I mean, he's good. He's definitely a player that could have been a really solid pick for us, but we went with Greg Papas, who absolutely see potential. We had the 1st overall pick, and we went with the see potential player. Oh, the rest of the draft is unbelievable. Like, so good. It's just our first pick. Oh, I mean, definitely a first baseman, definitely mashes, but we could have went with anybody else. I mean, you're looking at the rest of the 1st round picks. You know, the closers are definitely the guys to go with, but I mean, this guy was probably the best one to get, and we kind of fumbled the bag there. That's on me. I mean, the rest of the draft was really good though. I mean, look at these picks. Like, really good relievers for the future. I mean, this guy's got 90 potential and we got him in the last round. I mean, like, we've got good pitchers. I feel like we're doing really well with the pitching, but this is a huge disappointment. Honestly, 71 and 91, that's a huge step. Like, that's a big jump. How? What? How? League leaders, I'm assuming we got some gold gloves. That's kind of what I'm guessing we got as some interesting league leaders, I should say. 49 home runs for Vlad, 50 for Matt Olson, and awards, gold gloves for Ke'Bryan Hayes, and a rookie of the year for O'Neal Cruz. DeGrom and Vlad are your MVPs. Robbie Ray and DeGrom are Cy Young winners. We've got Marte and Winker with the batting title. Castillo and Gallegos, relievers of the year, and then we're finishing it off with Pedro Leon and O'Neal Cruz, rookie of the year award. Okay, pitching rotation. Roansy Contreras, I'm going to call it next year. At 23 years old, I feel like we're looking good. Keith Hembry's tanking, so we gave him a 1-year deal. Probably not going to bring him back. Aaron Fletcher, surprisingly, has been really good. I doubt he improves much more, but I'll keep him around until he tanks, and then we'll go in a different direction. Norris was great. I'm glad we have him for another year. Hunter Wood was pretty solid too. So we've got arbitration. Let's keep him. Chris Stratton looks like he's falling off a little bit. Oh, wow. Not as good as last year at all. Wow. And then Bednar, huge improvement. And we kind of have him for the future. So that's good to see. pitching. I don't really think anybody improved. Joe Ross did, which is good, but outside of that, doesn't. Oh, Mitch Keller did. So we're probably looking at like no one. I mean, like Contreras probably slots in right about here ish. So we've got like this section, and we got to. I mean, probably something like this, and then we kind of need a 3 or a 2 or something. Do we even have somebody like De Leon? Maybe we could try to give him a shot. I don't. Will Crow seems to be more of a reliever, and he got roughed up a little bit. We got Lakins here who could help us out in the majors. Cam Graham's looking decent. Hayashi, we got Quinn Priester as well. So like I said, I think our prospects for pitching are going to be pretty solid. Who got sent down? Cole Tucker, Vogelbach, and then Kevin Newman did as well, but he actually wasn't too bad in the appearances that he was given. Odor was god awful. It was like less than 200 average. All right, so Pinder wasn't great. We just won't bring him back. Plawecki, meh. Nick Gonzalez, like he's getting there. I definitely want to try to get him at second base. Is he ready? Josh Van Meter, very small appearances. I mean, as a bench bat, I'm cool with keeping him. And then we've just got so many second basemen. It's gonna get cluttered, and I don't know what to do with all of them. We've got Gonzalez, Marcano, Peguero, Van Meter. Like it's gonna get. I don't know what to do. Reynolds, unbelievable. Love to see it. I need to lock him up. Alford, garbage. Not gonna bring him back. Josh Bell. Ooh, I like to see that. Key Bryan was solid. Is improving, but kind of not at the same time. Yikes. Oh boy. I need him to pop off. I need him to. Wow, he sucks versus lefties. Uh-oh. Who did we trade for him? Nobody, right? So like if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. We might have to trade him away. Chavis was meh. Everybody was meh. Oh wow. O'Neal Cruz was kind of nasty. 23 home runs, 38 doubles. That's what I like to see from O'Neal Cruz. Yeah, we're not looking too good. Not looking too good at all. So let's sort this out. I feel like now we start to figure out where we want to head with this team. Also, can like any of our infielders play a different position? I got to figure that out. But right here, Thompson, he's 30 years old, 1.5 mil, we'll take it. And anybody else? No. All right, let's see how much money we have to play with. All right, looking at the lineup, I need an outfielder. I mean, I might even need 2 outfielders because Jesus Sanchez is not panning out, and it really sucks. I was kind of hoping he would have. Maybe I only keep him in versus righties and we play another platoon matchup. Thing is, I've got so many infielders, and I mean, I know they've been playing O'Neal Cruz at short, but they've also been trying him out in left. The thing is, like, I don't want O'Neal Cruz out in the outfield. I really don't. I want him in the infield. But the thing is, like, we have so many infielders. You know, Odor didn't really pan out, so we still have him for another 2 years. We've got Marcano, we've got Ji-Hwan Bae, we've got Castro, we've got Cole Tucker, we still got Leover Peguero. Nick Gonzalez is gonna get in the lineup this year. So like, it's tough. I think Peguero could be really good for us. It's just like we don't really have a spot for him, you know, and I don't really think Nick Gonzalez is gonna be moving. I definitely think he's a guy that I want in the lineup. So like, do I just go, maybe we get rid of Chavis? I think Chavis could be decent, but like maybe we just trade away Chavis for an outfielder, or we sign an outfielder and we start flipping these players for some better pitching. The thing is, like, I like our pitchers. We got a lot of good young pitchers. If anything, we need outfielders. So I guess we could flip it for an outfielder, unless we got something crazy chilling. Nomar Mazara. Be potential now? Are we serious? That's an interesting move. That's one that I could potentially jump on. Like, Winker's great. Ian Happ's great. Pittsburgh native. Like, that'd be cool. But like, Mazara kind of fits that thing we kind of need. A decent bat. And like, he didn't have a terrible year. Potential went up. I mean, this guy could be decent. Maybe like a 2-year club option. We've got a bunch of contracts expiring next year. So like, I might go 3-year club option because we have this year, next year. And then this would kind of allow us to sort out things. Like, if he does really well, we're good, right? And so we put him in the outfield. So we have Josh Bell, whose contract expires not this year, but next. We've got Odor, same thing. I think, wait, do they have club options on theirs? He has a team option. So what I could do, yikes, as I rip my headphones out again for the 97th time this video, is I could make it 2 years. Yeah, 2 years with the club option. We'll do that. We'll bump it up to like 8 mil to lock him up. And if it goes great, we've got an outfielder that we can rely on. Because like I'm not too sure. I mean, we could get somebody else. We are lacking like a leadoff guy. We do have Brian Reynolds. I guess we have Brian Reynolds as our leadoff guy. Key Brian's good in the 5. I like that. I think, yeah, we get. Ooh, yeah, we just throw Nomar in left, and we're pretty solid. I guess we could throw Sanchez in left too, but I think we could still use a couple platoon guys, and we could use a starter. So I'm looking at inning eaters. I'm not looking at anybody too good. I think Mazzara kind of fits our situation right now. Because, like I said, this is a 10-year rebuild. I'm really kind of trying to take this team to the next level once we get, like, Reynolds full sending into full potential. We're going to have Key Brian Hayes, like, full sending into full potential. Gonzalez, Davis, O'Neal Cruz. So I'm probably still thinking another 2 years. So probably by the time that, like, Bell becomes a free agent, Odor becomes a free agent, now Mazzara too. We've got the youngsters of Contreras. On top of that, we have Graham, Priester, who else? Peters, Falk. We've got Rosas. We've got a couple other youngsters. So I'm still thinking we're like 2 years out before we really make this team like crazy good. So I think like a Mazzara fits, and then someone that like a, let's see, who else could we get? Maybe someone that's a little bit younger. I don't know. I'm going to find somebody and let me see what I can get. All right, season 3, this is what we got working for this year. I mean, I'm probably going to wait till the deadline to make moves. So Mazzara came in. You can see Nick Gonzalez and Henry Davis have been called up. We've got Odor here. He's garbage. Grichuk has been called in to hit lefties. He's got really good lefty stats. So I like the, and then everything else kind of the same. Pitching, we brought in Kyle Freeland. Outside of that, I'm probably going to call up Quinn Priester fairly soon. Strom has come in along with G-Man. Not G-Man Choi, but Robert Gisselman, whatever it is. He's been brought in. I think that's it. I mean, a lot of youngsters I'm keeping my eye on. I also got to probably call up a couple. Like, Peters probably needs to go up somewhere. Oh, he was the guy I wanted to make a reliever. Let me do that now before I forget. Let's make him a reliever. I mean, maybe even a closer. I think we've got a lot of closers. I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I mean, look at all these closers we've got. So no more pitching prospects. We're gonna leave it as is. Maybe even move this guy up to AA for now. See how he does there. And then I'm trying to think if we have anybody that I need to worry about. I do have a couple I'm gonna keep my eye on in single A this year. But okay, that's it. Lineups, AAA. We've got our prospects. I got to sort that out as well along with this, but we need some more position players just in case. So that's the draft focus this year, and probably an outfielder depending on how things go, or just any good player, because this is kind of where I want to start to transition into making moves into being a good team. So let's get through the season. All right, I'm going to go with this guy. He's a long-term prospect, gives us a first baseman to look forward to in the future. I just didn't like any of the other guys. I'm gonna go Alan Hodges. I know I said I didn't need any more position or any more pitchers, but he's one of the best players available, so we might as well stack it up. I'm gonna take Donnell Trainer here, or Donnell. Either way, his potential is not that great, but we haven't fully scouted, and I like those power numbers. He could be a sneaky pick. All right, I'm gonna go Jonathan Field. I don't think we're ever gonna need a reliever again, as long as everybody pans out. On top of that, our relievers are all kind of improving at the same rate, so I have a feeling we're gonna be set. I'm gonna take Padilla as well, and that is it for this draft. So how did we do? Sherman Milanka, 91 potential. He's 54 overall. This is definitely a guy we'll see at the end of the rebuild, but I don't hate that. We'll have somebody for the future. Hodges, 83 potential. Trainer, 72 potential, but the power numbers, maybe that'll be something. 80 for Field, 84 for Padilla, and this guy didn't draft, and I don't care because he's really just a speedster with not a lot of potential, probably not going to be used. All right, I'm going after Tom Cadimer. I'm getting him in the team. He's not going to be the majors, but I'm going to send him down to AAA, let him sit in the minors for a little bit more and develop. I'm trading Josh Bell and Chavis for a team that's in the playoff race to the Guardians, and boom, we can do that. And then the other player I want to get rid of, I think Cadimer is going to, oh, he's not perfect. So we'll go like this. First base, We need a first baseman for the rest of the year. Is there somebody in free agency that I can sign that's just going to be like, whatever, yo, Jose Abreu, get some game time, my guy. There you go. You're in the squad. Look at that. Oh, man, that's crazy. I'm going to trade Odor. He's been so bad for us. And, yeah, I'm just going to trade him. I don't know what I'm going to get for him. I don't know what I need for him, realistically. What do we need for the future? So left field's taken care of now. Right field's still kind of up in the air between Mazara and Sanchez. Pitching is looking really good for the future, but maybe a first base prospect. I know we drafted one, but maybe someone that can come in maybe next year. Let me see if I can find something. Odor and Bay, get me Matt Beatty or Beatty, whatever it is. Something. It's something, man. It's something. And it's honestly not a bad something. I mean, if you look at his numbers, they look decent. Team control and arbitration for the next couple of years. I mean, this guy could be decent. 20 plus home runs a season. I'd be down for that. And he's not super expensive. I think that's what, 25 guys now? I still need to call up another guy. Who do I call up? I think we need an outfielder, right? Let's call up Chris Sharp on the 40 man. Someone's on the 40 man. I'll call somebody up. It's not important. I'll see you guys at the end of the year. All right, so 76 and 86. I think that's what that said. So we're improving, and I like what I see. League leaders wise, do we have anything? Oh, Tony's on the Phillies. Good Lord. Oh boy. It's wild, by the way. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this year. I don't know what. I mean, we're improving, which is awesome to see. Like, that's kind of a good thing, right? Like, we're seeing some improvements. It's just Gold Gloves are our only award, and like, we're bad, and that's fine, and I'm okay with that because we're getting some of these youngsters into the team, and some of them are actually doing pretty well. So it's good to see. Henry Davis just missed out on Rookie of the Year, and he actually killed it. Wes Kath, Robert Lopez is who beat him out. 22 home runs. Okay, not a bad year. And Daniel Espino on the other side for the Guardians. So let's take a look here. Who was sent down? It was Freeland. How did he do? 4.7 ERA, 1.4 WHIP. I mean, it's not great, but I mean, we only paid 4.5 for him, so it's not bad. I mean, this guy looks like he's gonna be so good. He's only 20 years old. I'm gonna let him develop a little bit more, but I think we've got a really good pitcher on our hands. Did anybody else kind of develop? I mean, Bryce Wilson maybe can help us out. I'm trying to see if anybody else is getting kind of close to being decent. Let's see here. Down here, oh, Randy Peters. He's developing. The overall went down because we changed his position. Anybody here that's looking good? I mean, we've got a couple 70s down here too. Like Webster. I mean, Falk looks like he could be pretty good. But looking at our actual starters, Keller, Strom was not as good as he was last year, but he's going up. Like, I don't know. If he's not gonna do better, we might as well look for a different pitcher. Norris kind of struggled as well, which isn't great. Lakins was not bad, but not great. I mean, Fletcher was bad. I knew he was going to be. So basically, if you take out Fletcher, you put him up here, and you go from Lakins down. I'll take out Keller too, but Lakins down, pretty solid. How did Joe Ross do? Did he improve at least? Yes and no. I mean, we got him for one more year. I might pick up the option because it's only $6 million, and he's still improving, right? Thompson, not doing much. We've got Priester, who was in 64 innings, really solid. So that's good to see. And Contreras, oh boy, not great, not great. All right, lineup wise, what do we got going on here? Bray was good in his small time with the team. Piguero, he's going to be one that's going to be coming off the bench. That's just how it's going to be. Sawinski, Marcano, Bem Boom, and that's it. All right, cool. So who got sent down? Nobody. Castro, maybe? I think he got some time in the bigs. Cole Tucker did as well, but actually 350 on base percentage. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, so we've definitely got a platoon guy in him. Reynolds, I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but I did extend his contract. As you can see, it kicks in next year, so I did it this year. So he's not leaving anytime soon. Around 20 mil, I thought that was a great deal. Matt Beatty, I'm excited to see what he can do. I'm going to bring him back, play first base for us. We'll see how it goes. Grichuk wasn't great. Not going to bring him back. Mazzara, I gave him the team option, but I think we go in a different direction. Key Bryan, that's not what I want to see. I want to see him improve, not take steps back. Sanchez, man, what do we got here? Arbitration for 2 more years. We might as well stick it out and see what happens. Gonzalez wasn't great, which, boy, ooh, that's good to see. That's good to see. Those are good numbers. And then O'Neal Cruz is looking like he's taking steps back. I don't know, man. I'm just getting a little bit unlucky. I think we're making progress though, so we can finally start to improve this team as the White Sox win the World Series. So heading into season 4, I think now we start to make a push. I think we do. So Joe Ross, let's take it. The G-Man, let's take it. Lakins, he's improving, so let's take it. Mazzara, Strom, Norris. How much does Norris want for another year in the bullpen? About $2 million for a lefty. That's pretty good. Freeland, I'm gonna say no. And Mazzara, maybe as a bench bat. What do we have going on in terms of coming off the bench? Because like Grichuk is not coming back. We've got Sanchez. Sawinski, probably just the guy I'm gonna release. We've got Cadimer. He's 24 years old, so actually Cadimer, Reynolds, Sanchez, Mazzara. We probably need a righty off the bench. In terms of outfield, like he doesn't look like. I think he's a trade piece. I think he's a trade piece. Lonnie White, kind of the same thing. He's 22 though, so he's still fairly young. Swaggerty, we should probably trade. Higuero's up in the majors. This guy's gonna get AAA time. What else? Cole Tucker back in the majors. He wasn't bad. Probably gonna release him. Papas is only good versus lefties. This is good. He's looking pretty good soon. We got all this chilling here. We've got plenty of good relievers here and a plenty of good starters. So, okay. Exclusive negotiations. I think we pick it up. It's what? $4 million? I say, okay, let's decline it. I think we can get someone good, like really good. Freeland, I'm gonna wait on as well. So Norris is really the only player I'm gonna offer a contract out of those. Let me sort this out, and then I'm spending some money. All right, so apparently I got server maintenance. Yeah, there's that. But what I'm gonna do here is we've got some big offers coming up, and I wish the server maintenance would go away. But I've got Juan Soto, Pablo Lopez, and Chris Paddock all getting offers. That's right, Juan Soto. That's right. We have no money to spend though. As you can see, we've only got $2 million left. So I'm gonna leave it. I'm really hoping we get these signings. If we don't, it kind of ruins the whole off season. So if we could get these deals signed, sealed, and delivered, that would be nice. Did we get Soto? He hasn't signed yet. We're still in first. I'm afraid those longer deals are gonna take over though. So let's see what happens. Corbin Burns. I mean, can we please sign? Rule 5 draft. I don't want anybody unless there's someone absolutely insane chilling here, which doesn't really look like it. I mean, I could always use a bench bat or something, but I'm kind of out on that. So there's that. Just I need Soto to sign. Like that's really what I'm waiting on here. We're still in first place. I think it's a 3-way tie to be honest. So we got him. Holy cow, Juan Soto's on the Pirates. I'm gonna pick up Ryan Weathers. I think I did that last time I said his name. Ryan Weathers, I'm gonna pick him up. I need a reliever. There's a good one to pick up. All right, so the team currently looks like this. We got Lopez, we got Paddock, we got Joe Ross in the last year of his deal, Priester and Contreras. Wilson's gonna be our long reliever. We'll see how that goes. We got Weathers, Norris, Lakins, Wood, the G-Man, and Bednar. We've got Crow here. We also got Hayashi, Falk, and Ledzinski. Maybe Randy Peters is going to be the setup guy in AAA, and then Orlando Ulrich is also down here, and he looks pretty solid. And then when we look over here, Webster, Hodges, Rosas, Burrows, and I think there's another guy somewhere. Oh, Padilla needs to be moved down. So who's got the stamina? He does. All right, and then we've got a couple Bs that are chilling here. So things are looking good. I'm feeling pretty good about the team that we have. And when you look at the lineup, this is a little bit of a mess. One change I made. Von Massey is now a first baseman just because he's not going to get in over Henry Davis and potentially could take over for Beatty or platoon with Beatty because he's really good versus lefties. And Beatty, whatever his name is, he's really good versus righties. So there's that. We've got Connor Scott, who I just don't think he's ever going to be good enough for the team. The hitting stats are just not good, and the fielding stats are just way too good. So I think I'm going to trade him for probably an outfield prospect because that's what we've been lacking this entire rebuild. We just don't have any. We've got Lonnie White, but he's kind of in the same boat as Connor Scott where the hitting stats just aren't there. So I might I might try to flip Connor Scott later on for a prospect. But I mean, if you look at the lineup now, Robbie Grossman's our platoon outfielder. We've got Paguero, we've got Marcano, Cole Tucker, and then we've got Cadimer, who we took from the Guardians in a trade. We've brought in Soto. I mean, this team could do it. This could be the year we do some damage for once. We've got a lot of youngsters in the team. I like it. I think this is a really good team. All right, I don't think I've ever seen this before. So the Brewers had a late pick here, 23rd pick. Then they had 3 competitive balance picks. And then they had a late pick in the second round. And then they had 3 competitive balance picks. We're not even in. And then they had another 3. They've had 10 picks before round 3. Is that right? 1, 2. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm just gonna show you the draft at the end, but I thought I'd show you that many picks already. All right, so first pick, I saw this guy. I thought really good hitting stats. We've been lacking an outfield prospect. Joaquin Herman out of Massachusetts sets whatever it is, out of Mass with the speed. That's what I like about him. I'm probably gonna make him a left fielder though, but I think that's our guy. We've got Watkins, who wasn't as good as I was hoping he would have been. 81 potential for Danny Kroger, which is good to see. And then we've got some hit potential guys for Roberts and Moreno. So overall, meh. But I think Herman was pretty good. I need to see the Brewers draft because, Jesus, all these picks and they didn't really hit on anybody. I saw the Diamondbacks had a 99 potential guy, but he's not going to be good because his hitting stats are too bad. All right, not too bad. Not too bad. All right, Matt Beatty's not working out, unfortunately, so I'm just going to call up either Papas or Massey. I think we can't go wrong with either one. I'll probably go Massey, though. We're going to go Beatty and Bednar for Jorge Alcala. I need a little bit of bullpen help. It's going bad. All right, so we won the division 96 and 66. That's big. We're taking on the Braves in the division series and, some league leaders. Soto with base on balls. That was it. That's all we got. Base on balls. That's it. Just some walks. Nothing else. Reynolds. Yeah. Brian Reynolds and Juan Soto with doubles. Triples, maybe? Nobody. What about home runs? Brian Reynolds had more home runs than Soto. Interesting. What about awards? Gold gloves. That's it. All right. So Bregman's with the Marlins. Devers with the Giants. So some moves have been made. I'm assuming free agent signings based on how far we are into the save. And I'm hoping we can start to maybe get some prospects involved, get some rookie of the years and things like that. So actually, we've been getting prospects involved pretty well. So who did I send down? Well, let's talk about that. Will Crow didn't pitch this year. I kind of think we've kind of seen the end of Will Crow. The only player that got sent down was Daniel Norris, and that was just because he was struggling. He only pitched 40 innings too, so it's kind of tough to judge him on that. But Alcala was a great pickup for us. We've got Hunter Wood, who I think is going to be still solid for at least another year or two. Gisselman, not great. Don't like that at all. Bryce Wilson, whatever. Lakins wasn't that great. Weathers was fantastic. Joe Ross kind of got moved to this long relief role. And then when you look at our starters, I mean, Pablo Lopez, unbelievable. Chris Paddock, unbelievable. We got Quinn Priester, who honestly, you know what? A full season, he's 24 years old. That's not bad at all. Contreras starting to put some seasons together, and Graham got called up. And you know what? For a first outing, I'm happy with that. I think this guy's got a pretty good future moving forward. I don't think anybody got sent down. I don't even know if anybody got any MLB at bats. Castro, no. I know Bubba Chandler's potentially a two-way player for the Pirates. It's just hard to get him into the team with his fielding being so high and his hitting being so low. I do know about him. I know he's supposed to be he could be something really good for the Pirates. I just don't know how to get him into this rebuild just because like his hitting stats aren't that great. And I can't really make him pitch. So there's that. Grossman got sent down. He wasn't that great. Cole Tucker, Aguero, we'll see. Marcano wasn't too bad. And bam, boom. Okay. Starters, Reynolds, unbelievable. We still have him for basically the rest of the rebuild, so we're good there. Cadimer, not great. Hoping for better. Brian Hayes, kind of need him to start to pop off a little bit more offensively. So let's hope he does. Soto's going to be Soto, so I'm happy with that. O'Neal Cruz, what is going on with him? Is he just forgetting how to hit? Looks like it. Not good. Sanchez, best year so far, which is awesome to see. So maybe he's starting to put it together, especially towards the end of his like arbitration years. Maybe he's finally getting something. I think Gonzalez went back up to B potential, so I'm assuming he probably doesn't have much more room to grow if he just went from C to B. So he's just kind of fluctuating between these low to high, or high 70s, low 80s mark. But if I can get a year like this from him, I'm pretty happy. Henry Davis, who's continuing to mash, and then Von Massey in his first year, really good. Really good. Just doesn't have the power. So that's something to keep in mind. So overall, pretty happy with the team. DH. Oh, I can put Peguero in the DH spot. That works. Yeah, instead of Grossman. And then do we have another guy with some good stamina? Bryce Wilson can come up here. We'll throw Daniel Norris there. And this is our first postseason appearance. So like if we lose, it's not the end of the world. Like I just want to see a good fight. I mean, it comes down to Cam Graham. And as much as I would love to let him start, I'm going to go to Pablo Lopez. We lose anyways, 4-3. Looks like Ryan Weathers got the loss. Not a bad outing. Not a bad outing. We took them to 5 games. They didn't make the World Series. The Astros defeat the Giants. And heading into season 5, halfway through, we just had our first playoff appearance. But you know what? I'm still pretty happy with the way the team's looking. So Alcala realistically isn't going to develop too much more. I'm only going to give him a 2-year deal. I know it's like, why would you not give him more? It's just he's a B potential player, which means he only goes up to 89. So realistically, I could maybe get 3 years out of him, but I'm just going to go 2, play it safe. And what else? Joe Ross didn't really pan out, unfortunately. Gisselman, I think he shouldn't want too much, right? I think we can work with 3.6. Daniel Norris, I mean, as a lefty, obviously, you got to get the lefties, right? And then Grossman can go. So I think I'm gonna withdraw this one, and I'm gonna go just Alcala and Norris. You got to have the lefty, and if I can get Norris on a less than $2 million deal, like that's super good. Okay, so let's clean this up. Let's see how much money we can save ourselves. Alcala didn't even take that deal, so we might go somewhere else. All right, these are my offers. We've got Alcala still on the board. Hopefully he signs Hoyer. I'm going to bring back Josh Bell. I feel like his story isn't done in Pittsburgh. He could be a DH for us. He could be a good bench bat, helps us out versus righties. If Massey goes down and just sucks versus righties because he's not the best versus righties. And then Gary Sanchez, backup catcher. Why not? And it saves us a little bit of money. A lot of 1-year deals. As you can see, 2-year deals for the relievers. Everything's kind of set up the way I want it. Everybody's gotten a contract. There are some big name free agents. Tucker, Robert, Albies, Bichette, Jordan. Imagine a Soto, Jordan outfield. Whew. But the thing is, like, I got to be smart with my money. And signing a big name, it just doesn't make sense to do that. So let's be smart with it. Let's hopefully get the players that we want. And if we don't, we might be in trouble. Tucker goes to the Brewers. Alcala goes to the Tigers. Okay, so I am in need of a closer now. That's a bummer, man. I think Jimenez is probably the guy, but the thing is, like, I don't want to spend big. Can I make a trade? Is there someone that I'd be like? Where is he? Right field. Connor Scott. He's got to have some value, which means we can now get a closer. Keenan Cervantes wasn't great. The clutch is pretty low, so that's kind of an indicator of, kind of what to expect. Jordan Hicks becomes a free agent after this year. Was a setup guy. Hasn't really been a closer since 2019. So that's a possibility, and I have a feeling we'd be able to make that trade pretty easily. Johnny Lasagna is available. Castillo, how are we looking? Pretty good. I just don't know if I want that long-term contract with him. I really want Alcala. Connor Scott's got that much value. Crochet, how are we looking? Pretty good. Pretty good. Do I need a lefty? Not really. But I'd be willing to try out a new pitcher in Crochet. So where'd he go? Where is he with? Was he a reliever? I think he was. Was he with the White Sox still? He was. All right. Becomes a free agent. Oh, he's got 1 more year of arbitration. Here. Take Connor Scott. They also want a different position. which I think we can find something here. Let's give them, I'm not using him. Let's throw him in the deal. And then I'll also throw in Jacob Gonzalez. Nope, that doesn't get the deal done. What about Travis Roberts? No. What about a starter that I'm not using, like Bryce Wilson? I'm just not using him. That gets the deal done. There's Crochet. All right, so yeah, something big happened this offseason, and that's Jordan being in the team. This got changed, which I don't like, which means this might have changed as well. But yeah, Jordan's in the team on a pretty big deal for 24 mil for the next few seasons. Yeah, he was sitting in free agency for way too long where I was like, I got to pick him up. There's no reason not to. And now this team's looking kind of nasty. Yeah, this is looking kind of gross. And then you look at the pitching. I mean, looking pretty good. As you can see, Ulrich has been called up. We have, who else down here? We've got Kim, who's a C potential, so I don't know how he's going to do, but we've got Micah Adams. We've got Oviedo. We've got Randy Peters. And then we've still got Falk and Hodges and Rosas. I feel like there's somebody else that I'm missing. There's a lot of relievers here, so we're going to figure this out. Oh, I guess we just don't have any. Okay. A lot of B potential relievers. That's all I know. We'll leave it there. Lineup wise, Ciani, I just don't feel like I'm going to use. Papa's probably going to be like a platoon guy for us. Just that was like the biggest bust we've ever had in terms of a draft pick. Lonnie White, the hitting stats just aren't there. Cole Tucker, kind of the same thing with him. Bubba Chandler, same thing with him. And realistically, the one guy that probably is a position player to look forward to is Erman. Outside of that, we haven't really hit well with position players and prospects besides Von Massey. Everything else is kind of what was already in the team, and we stole Cadimer from the Guardians. That's really about it. Pitching wise though, we've got Graham, we've got Priester, who was already here, and Contreras, who was already here. These two got 2 more years on their deal, which kind of works perfectly for us. So I like this team. I think we've done really well. Let's stick with it, and let's see how this season goes. We're ranked 4th. Hopefully this 5th season is some sort of magic happens. Here we go for the draft. Again, we're starting to get towards the bottom of the draft, so getting some good players is kind of. So we got Keith Bonds out of Ohio, part of the Bonds family. He just took the Sammy Sosa treatment. We've got Chuck Brown, 66 overall, B potential though. That's not a bad 2nd round pick. And then the rest are pretty bad, so don't worry about them. Just worry about Chuck Brown. So 100-win season, 101-61. Whew. Telling you, this team's kind of nasty. Well, let's see what we got league leader wise. Saves, and Jordan and Brian Reynolds and Soto kind of popped off in all different categories, which is awesome to see. Love to see it. So Bryant Beckham, I actually looked at this guy for a potential first baseman. I decided not to go out and get him. Looks like he's gonna be pretty good. What else we got here? This was also another guy I looked at for potentially picking up a first baseman. Decided not to go after him. And I still kind of like the player that we did get. I feel like Massey from catcher to first base makes sense. We opened up a spot for him, and it's working out pretty well. So 250 home run hitters on our team. Whew. Awards, reliever of the year, Gold Glove, Hank Aaron, MVP. 2 players in the mix for MVP. You gotta love it. Adley Rutschman wins it on the other side. Alek Manoah and Shohei are your Cy Young winners. Somehow Pablo Lopez with almost a 4.5 ERA is somehow in the mix for Cy Young. I don't get that at all. Lowe and Beatty are your batting title winners. Reliever of the year goes to Crochet and Alcala, who left us sadly. And then rookie of the year goes to Lamar Williams, who was season 2, one of the picks, but man, he looks good. Just the average on base percentage and OPS are low, but his hitting stats look great. So it's kind of crazy to see. And then Volpe on the other side wins rookie of the year, shortstop. Looks good. Like, those numbers are crazy. So pitching, we should be kind of the same. Salameto. Weathers is great. Love to see it. We've got him locked up for the next couple seasons. Ulrich, first season in the bigs, great. Norris, love it. Boyer going down in rating, not ideal after I just gave him a 2-year deal. Hunter Woods still killing it. Crochet, unbelievable. Love to see it. And then look at our starters. Not the best. And we still got, Paddock, we gave a team option. Lopez, we did not though, so that's a little worrying. What do we got from Contreras? I need him to do better. I need this. I need this right here. And then Priester, I need not this. This is not okay. And then Graham's kind of the same thing. I need a little bit better. We've got Falk, who we could call up and probably replace Paddock. But I need an ace, man. I really need an ace. And we don't have it. So I don't... Maybe Paddock comes into this spot. Or maybe like... Something's got to change with the pitcher. Something's got to change. We're getting rid of Paddock. So why am I saying that? What happened to Massey here? Yeah, not the best. Not the best. So there's that. We've got Greg Papas, who's still increasing in attributes, so that's good to see. But we gotta call back up our first baseman. Like, come on, who took his spot? Bubba Chandler. Sorry, you're just not getting any postseason time this year. It's just not gonna happen. So let's go with. I guess we could do like Josh Bell here, and then he goes here versus lefties, and then that's just kind of how we work. So he definitely took a step back. He's only got B potential, so I mean, I still think he's going to be a good first baseman. It's just we might have to platoon him with the guy who hits righties well, just to get the best out of him. Higuero, I got to get him in the lineup. I just don't know where. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Unless I make, I don't know. Unless I make Jordan a first baseman, which is a possibility, because I know there's talks of him moving to first base because of his injuries, and just his size in the outfield is going to cause some injuries. I think I'm out on Sanchez. Becomes a free agent. Might have one more year of arbitration. Like, he's been improving. It's just he didn't improve as quickly as I would have hoped, which sucks. Marcano, probably going to let him walk. I don't know. I got to figure something out with this team. We've got a lot of players that just can't get in the lineup. Ryan Reynolds has been fantastic. I love to see it. I hope he doesn't fall off anymore. I want him to stay good for the rest of the rebuild. He is 31, so it's going to be tough to kind of keep this crazy streak he's been on, but hopefully he could stay good for the majority of the rebuild. Cadimer is improving, so he might be one of those that maybe he gets moved to the bench. Jordan goes to left, and then that way we can sneak in Higuero at the DH spot. You know, because like Jordan's killing it. Like, I can't take him out. You know, Soto can't take him out. This is an unbelievable season. Henry Davis took a little bit of a step back, but he's still hitting around 20 home runs. Still got that A potential. Still fairly young. I'm happy with it. Ke'Bryan, unbelievable. Gonzalez, like, this is what I was looking for, and this is why I don't want to take him out, because he's still putting up good numbers. He's putting up crazy good numbers. And then we got Josh Bell, who's chilling on the bench. Like, yo, I can mash too. This team's insane. So, like I was saying, maybe Alvarez to left field. Cadimer is our like platoon outfielder. Or I move Jordan to first. Massey only faces lefties. Cadimer stays on left and Higuero plays DH. Something, because our team's just too good not to let this happen. So what do we got here? The Doyers. All right, how are we gonna do? We sweep them. Holy cow, that was a little easy. What's their lineup looking like? Let's take a peek. I mean, they got Robert. They've got some interesting players. Probably a little bit of an aging lineup. Like Bellinger's 30. What's Betts at? 33. Turner 32. Actually, it's not too bad. It's actually not as old as I thought. So now we're facing the Phillies. What do we got for the Phillies here? They have Simon Muzziotti. We've got Bohm, Harper, Correa. Wow. Castellanos, Perez. They've got Beatty, Chavis, and also Hura. Okay. All right. So I got to change this to go here, here, here. And then we'll flip that. We should be good for the postseason now. Oh, they have Ohtani? Good Lord. But, man, we're one game away from elimination. Dang, that's tough. Pitching just kind of let us down, I guess. I mean, the offense, we really only scoring like 3 runs. You got to score more than that. Blue Jays defeat the Phillies in the World Series, so we're inching closer and closer and closer. We're just not there yet. Okay. I'm going to decline the option. We've got pitchers. We're good to go. So, all right, let's get a little 2-year deal here. Bump this up a little bit. Let's make it like 9. Should sign it. Norris, kind of the same thing. What are we thinking? 1 year. 1 year for him. I think he's gonna fall off soon. So I gotta play it smart. Josh Bell. Do I keep him on the bench for a season? Can I get him for a season? Like 5 mil? I mean, it's going to be tough money-wise. I'm going to let Paddock go. I'm going to let Sanchez go. I mean, it's going to be tough. Did they all sign? Hunter Wood didn't. Realistically, I'm bringing everybody back. So free agency, the offers I have are for Severino, and then I actually need a bullpen arm. I've looked at it, like we could turn to Randy Peters. I guess we could try Randy Peters. I don't know, man. I'm looking at some of our relievers, and like they're developing, but like some of them also aren't developing like at all, which is like a little unfortunate. I was thinking we were never gonna have to worry about getting relievers ever, but I guess we could pick up one that like probably won't cost too much money and is somewhat young. And of course, the one that I'm looking at is Jose Suarez, but I'm not gonna, what is he looking at? 5 for 86, like almost 20 a year. No, I can't do that. Can't do that. We're still trying to keep it so that we can afford free agents in the future. And we have a couple players starting to become free agents soon. So looking at it, I might just go and see if I can get like Gisselman, because who did he pitch for last year? Us? Or Milwaukee last year. He had 65 innings. It was actually kind of good. At 33 years old, I don't know if he's going to hold his rating. I mean, we could always go back to Hunter Wood, but he's kind of the same situation, 33 years old. Is he gonna stay the same rating, right? Because it shows he's going up, but at any moment he could just tank. So I'm kind of like trying to find someone that's like 30 years old, where there's still a little bit of a chance where he can hold his rating, maybe another year or two, but maybe Jordan Hicks. I don't know, man. Class A, maybe. Whitlock might be able to hold it for another season or two. How much does he want? He's at like 3 for 12, I think I said. What about like 2 for 10? I know it's a lot more money, but if I can get 2 years out of Garrett Whitlock, I think I'm down. I think I'm down indeed. I don't think I need a lefty anyways, because we have Weathers, Norris, and Solometo. And Crochet. So yeah, righty would be perfect. I think that's it. I mean, I don't really need any more position players. We've got plenty of them. We've got so many position players. You know, I can't even get Piguero into the team. Jesus Sanchez is coming off the bench. And even our farm system, we've got a couple bats. So I think that's it for the offseason. Let's get into season 6. So this season, we kind of kept the team the same. We're starting to get players that are hitting free agency as well. So like Pablo Lopez, Severino we just signed, but like Josh Bell, Hoyer, Sanchez, Norris, we've got Cole Tucker, Crochet, and also some players starting to hit arbitration. So we're actually starting to open up a little bit of money. As you can see, like next to me, we're about to drop like 50 mil, which is going to open up some money where we can spend, but also where we can extend maybe like O'Neal Cruz and, you know, maybe just a couple other younger guys that like we probably will have to worry about giving them an extension. So I think pitching is still going to be an issue. I think pitching is probably going to be my biggest problem. And with that being said, I'm going to make a trade actually before the season starts. I'm going to get rid of Pablo Lopez. I'm also going to get rid of Jesus Sanchez. It's unfortunate it never really worked out with him, but I'm going to go to a really good pitcher, a really good young pitcher. And who do I want to try and get? Do I want to get Reed Detmers? No. I want to get a young pitcher that like we'll have team control of and kind of just continues to like build up with our team. I'm trying to think of like who it could be. Jordan Balazovic. Got 2 years of arbitration left. We got Edgar Villarreal. I don't want him. Austin Elliott's probably going to be pretty good, but I need someone that's going to be good right now. And maybe Emerson Hancock, a potential team control for quite some time. I'll take a shot on Emerson Hancock for sure. And I have to give up somebody else. So who did we talk about not being able to use? And like also just the potential is gonna. I mean, we got so many relieving prospects. Like any of these work? No. What about a pitcher that we're not using? Let's see here. Burrows. Ooh, none of these. So Hancock might be a little too difficult. What about Leiter? Can't get Leiter. Budget's also an issue for them. That's tough. That's tough. What about Max Meyer? We can get Max Meyer. Okay, that's good to know. Alfredo Chavez? Chavis? He looks pretty solid. He looks like he could be good. I'm trying to see anybody else. I'm going to see if I can find a trade because I really need one. And I mean, we need a pitcher. All right, Sergio Francisco and George Kirby. Francisco looks really good along with George Kirby, who's 29 with a potential. So we could see like a little bit of a late bloom. Plus, all that arbitration actually works out pretty good for us contract-wise. So I looked at that, and then I said I wanted to get rid of Jesus Sanchez just because he becomes a free agent, which means I'm going to look for some sort of... Do I need an outfield prospect? Kind of. But I might just try to find like... I might just try to get like a bunch of prospects. Nobody wants Jesus Sanchez at all. I mean, budget's also becoming an issue where some teams are just over budget. So what do I really need here? I mean, just kind of depth in certain places. Maybe an outfield prospect. So I'm going to see if I can find one. Someone that's like really young and that could help us out maybe in a couple seasons. All right, I'm going to get Kenny Armstrong of the Cardinals. Look at those hitting stats. I'm in. I really want that. So boom, there it is. All right, so I just extended O'Neal Cruz and also somebody else. O'Neal Cruz, and there was somebody else, and I don't remember who I extended their contract. Oh, Henry Davis. So they're on the books, which actually makes it kind of difficult because now we're not going to have a lot of money. But now we have them on the books, and I can kind of build around that, if you get what I'm saying. So there we go. All right, let's get to the regular season. Let me show you the lineup. This has already been too long for season 6. Season 6. All right, this is the team. The guy we just got is going to chill in AAA, and then we'll probably start changing some things up here soon. I don't know how I'm going to get that new guy into the team. He might end up coming up and taking over for Cadimer, because Cadimer's been decent, but like at the same time, that other guy's hitting stats might be a little bit better. So this is the squad. We've been rocking the same squad. We've got the pitching looking the same as well, except for Kirby's new and Whitlock has come in to take over for the setup role. Outside of that, pretty standard team. Derek Webster's going to get a shot in the majors as well. We're going to have Randy Peters potentially come up soon. And then, as you can see, we've got B potential relievers on deck. So I'm waiting for my chance to get some of these guys in, and then once they get their shot, hopefully they take it. Otherwise, we're in for some trouble, because I was hoping all these pitching prospects would pan out. So we're currently ranked first. We gotta win, right? All right, so picking draft picks at this point in franchise sometimes gets a little bit difficult. So this is what we're working with. I mean, it's not great. It's not great at all. I'm just gonna leave it there. Plus, we're at the bottom of the draft. So yeah. 162, we won the division, taking on the winner of the wild card. And if you look at the rest of the standings, you can kind of see there's some pretty good teams out there. Like the Mariners seem to be pretty good, the Royals seem to be pretty good, the Blue Jays seem to be pretty good, the Dodgers even, and the Padres. And so the division's pretty easy. League leaders, Derek Webster had a perfect win percentage. I guess he was a long reliever, but I'll kind of show you who we got towards the top of the league leaders, so you can kind of see who's popping off, who's doing really well. Like Dom Smith's an 87, Austin Riley's a 90, and probably like maybe season 10 we'll do like a little check-in to see where everybody is like rating wise. That way you guys can kind of see some of the top prospects have developed and just kind of see what the lineups are looking like. Delivery man of the year, Garrett Crochet. We got gold gloves. What a surprise. I'm pretty sure Key Brian Hayes has won gold glove every single year that we've done this. So there's Cal Nick. He's a 92 overall at this point. Cy Young goes to Bueller. Contreras. Oh, is he looking good? Potential's gone up too. Oh, I love to see it. Manoa. You got Seager, Tatis, Crochet, reliever of the year, along with Devin Smeltzer. Salgado is your rookie of the year, and then so is Andy Pages or Andy Pages. I'm gonna go with Pages because he's Cuban. But man, he looks pretty solid too. Webster out of the bullpen, killing it, going 12-0 with 2 saves and 4 holds. He was doing a little bit of everything. He actually had a pretty decent season, so that's good to see. All right, pitching rotation. Who got sent down? Quinn Priester. Let me tell you, Quinn Priester was getting roughed up. 6 ERA. We'll bring him back though. So Peters is gonna get sent down for now. I think he needs to get called back up, and then Oviedo needs to get sent down. We are starting to hit the 3 option spot on a couple different players, so we're gonna need to start figuring out who we want to keep up in the majors and like who we want to get rid of. Are we in AAA? There's the issue. Okay, so Priester Ulrich goes there. And then looking at the team, Webster almost won Rookie of the Year. And I mean, he was killing it. I mean, look at that. That's a crazy year out of the bullpen. Unbelievable. See potential, 24 years old. A little bit of a gem we got so far. Weathers has been fantastic. His contract is still super cheap. We've got Norris. I think he hits free agency, so I got to figure out if I want to keep him or not. He's kind of holding his rating, so I feel like we could probably get another year or two out of him. Ulrich's been really good. Hoyer's fantastic. He becomes a free agent. But the thing is, like, last year he was going down in overall. This year he's going up, so we got to figure out, again, do we keep him? Do we let him go? Whitlock was unbelievable, and then Crochet, who becomes a free agent, also very good. But like I said, look at these guys. We've got Peters, Beck, Adams, Field, Kim, Francisco. Like, we've got so many different relievers that, like, is it worth paying some of these older guys when we have pretty close to equal rating in the farm system? So, man, it's gonna be tough. Contreras becomes a free agent soon, where you have to figure out that paycheck. Graham, I mean, like, he's like kind of staying the same, kind of improving. He's still only 23 though, so I'm pretty happy. This I'm not happy about. This is not good. This is not good, and we need him to improve fast. Falk is like, it was his rookie year, nothing too crazy. Kirby was a little bit of a letdown, but Contreras is killing it. Lineup wise, I think. Hold on. They're sending down Macy. That's like his best year. Whoa. Let's clean this up a little bit too. So let's get him back in the majors. And they called up Cole Tucker. Is there anybody else we could send down instead? Let's send down Kenny Armstrong, even though he probably is pretty good. I think I had Lonnie White up as well. Not great. Okay, so we need to get Macy in the lineup. We'll just throw him in here. And looking at the team, Cadimer, not on the bench. He's actually starting. But Josh Bell, 15 games, unbelievable off the bench. Deserved more time, for sure. Yikes. Piguero's killing it. Like I said, I got to find a way to get Piguero into the team. He's probably going to be the DH because I don't know. I gotta find a way. I feel like it's disrespectful not to. Sammy Ciani, potential went up. Maybe he's our platoon outfielder, and then Cole Tucker's there. So Brian Reynolds, are we going to start to see the decline of Brian Reynolds, which would be unfortunate towards the end of the rebuild, but it's kind of understandable at 32 years old. Cadimer's been a little disappointing, so he might just be a guy that we flip. Just really hasn't panned out like I was hoping he would have, and it sucks. Soto is decreasing in overall at 28 years old. What a surprise, but he's still putting up really good numbers. You got Jordan putting up unbelievable numbers. Henry Davis, still consistent, I would say, kind of been hovering around this high 700s OPS. Guy Bryan is crazy good. Look at those numbers, and we still have him for 2 more years. We got Nick Gonzalez, who's doing pretty good. I'm pretty happy with those numbers. O'Neal Cruz, good numbers there, and then we just got to get him clicking, and we're good to go. I feel like the team's good. We've got the team to do it. We're taking on the Doyers, and we are, as I probably should have muted that, and we are gonna get eliminated. I just have this weird feeling we're getting eliminated. Man. Oh, the Blue Jays defeat the Marlins. Man, pitching. It's got to be pitching. Bummer. Kershaw goes to the Hall of Fame. Now we got to figure this out. Norris. All right, so we don't have a lot of money either. So I think we got to stick with the young guys that we have and to go from there. Like 30 mil in the bank. That right here. That's the whole. That's tough. That's tough. This is when things get tough in franchise because you just don't have a lot of money to work with. So I got to let everybody walk, and I got to see where we stand money-wise. So I got to add these guys to the 40. I got to figure out arbitration. I got to figure out contracts, and I got to see if we even have enough money to keep everybody. So yeah, we've got 9 mil in the bank, and I'm looking at this team going, you know what? It might just be time to do a little bit of a change. Maybe we need a little bit of a freshening up. You know, the bullpen, we're going to go with every single player that we've drafted, essentially. Beck, Francisco, Ulrich, Peters. We've got Weathers from a trade previously. Whitlock, we signed in free agency. Webster, a guy that we drafted, he's in the mix. And then the starting rotation is going to be the same. Lineup wise, I think this is probably our best lineup, and we're just going to go with the guys that we've had chilling in the farm system, waiting for their opportunity. I mean, if you look at the team, I mean, we still have a lot of players under 30 years old, and realistically, they deserve their chance. They really do. Some of them I'm going to start flipping for younger players. Like Lonnie White probably could be good, but like I'm running out of options with him in terms of minor league options. I just feel like we need a little bit of a youthening in the farm system. So I'm probably going to start to get like younger guys like 20, 21. Probably try to get Kenny Armstrong into the mix. Like Cadimer, probably going to be a guy I look to flip. You know, it just not panned out with him. I mean, he looks decent. He looks like he'd be really good versus righties only, but I feel like I just have similar players. So like, let's just start to get other players in return. And like Marcano's probably going to leave soon. Just like maybe Oviedo, because I think he's only, maybe we'll keep Oviedo. We'll see. But like kind of guys like Salamedo, like he's going down in rating. And then players like that where like Carmen's probably going to get traded too. So we'll leave it for now. I'm not really going to sign anybody. I'm just going to leave it as is. And I've got everybody on a contract, and let's just go from there. Hopefully we can keep our players. Hopefully everything kind of starts to improve, because we haven't won a World Series yet, and we need to. All right, it's time to start getting some prospects because we need them. We just do. So basically anything I can get, that's what I'm looking for. So I'm trying to get just B potential, low 8, like these guys. Kevin Pena, can I get someone like this, or a Bryce Medwick? And it looks like we're kind of close. So I'm going to throw in a Salamedo. And also, I wanted this guy to pan out because he's got the power, but I don't think he's going to. So I think instead, I mean, I don't really need to give them someone like too good. So I think I'm going to throw in, can Marcano do it? Marcano's too much. Let's go Jacob Gonzalez. All right, there we go. So 3 C potentials for an A potential guy. Could I get this Kevin Pena instead? Actually, I'll go with the lefty. Let's get Medwick. So there's that. I have a couple others that I need to get rid of. So who else? Like Lonnie White, 25 years old, 79, or maybe him. Who's got the better hitting stats? They're kind of the same. Vision and discipline. Let's get rid of Lonnie White. And then again, let's just try to find a prospect. A potential, B potential, someone like a Oscar Garcia, maybe a Troy Miller. We're just going to keep going through everything and seeing what we can get. I mean, Julio Rodriguez would be cool, but that doesn't really fit what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something like this. Someone who could come in just in case Brian Reynolds, Soto, Jordan kind of start to fall off, because it's going to happen. You know, Bill Son, the stash sold. You can have Sammy Ciani as well. And also you can have, there's got to be somebody else. Marcano, deal. That's huge. All right, Jocks, Midlazinski, Carmen, and Cole Tucker are getting me Daryl Hamill, another really good looking starting pitcher. So yeah, I kind of cleared out the club a little bit, got some prospects. I'm going to need to add a couple players. It's probably going to be players like this to fill out the bottom of the roster, but I think that's pretty good. Let me show you what we're rocking with for the majors. All right, Contreras, I extended his contract, so we're running a little low on funds moving forward. Wow, what a surprise! That's kind of been the whole story here. But yeah, I mean, at this point, I think we've got enough prospects to get us through the next 7, 8, 9, 10, the 4-ish years. And the lineup, you know, we got the couple prospects as well. That'll help us out there. I mean, this is looking like, again, a really solid lineup. The issue is just budget at this point. A lot of teams don't have a lot of budget. We don't have a lot of budget. It gets kind of tight, especially years like this far into the future when everyone's starting to get a little bit of an inflated overall. So we're starting to rock with some of our prospects. We're starting to bring in some of the guys that we have. And yeah, we're hoping everything works out, because if it doesn't, we're in trouble. That's really about it. So let's see how it goes. Like I said, the draft is, man, it's bad now. This is what we got. You guys can see the names. They might feature, they might not feature. Realistically, they probably won't feature, but there's a chance. Who knows? All right, so we won the division 95-68. We just beat the Cubs on a tiebreaker, actually. As you can see, we had this little extra game here. Squeaked out a win 7-4. And now I don't really know what to expect. I'm kind of worried that our team, it might start to decrease because we're starting to get a little bit of older players. Corey Seager's just an amazing baseball player. I mean, he's Barry Bonds. Look at Look at him getting walked with the bases loaded. What was that move? Corey Seager getting walked with the bases loaded? He's not Barry Bonds. What it? Oh, it's just, ugh. Delivery man of the year. And of course, Key Bryant getting his yearly gold glove. Devers tearing it up in San Francisco. You got Jordan in second place. Kyle Lewis winning MVP. Torkelson with the Mariners as well. That's kind of a wild signing there. Flaherty and Pablo Lopez. Of course, he wins Cy Young after we get rid of him. Of course. Oh, I was actually looking at Robert Duggar a few seasons back as a possible pitching option, and I didn't pick him up. Either way, we're going to keep running through this, seeing who wins these awards. Suarez, you've got Whitlock winning reliever of the year. Art Seaver, man, I actually looked at this guy as a trade. And I didn't get him. I've been looking at a lot of prospects and I'm like, I should pick them up. But then I'm like, I got Brian Reynolds, Soto, and Jordan. I got the best outfield in the game. And it's not really working. As you can see, our pitchers suck. So bad. And I don't know what to do. Because like, we don't have money. That's really what it comes down to. We just don't have money. And so it might just be like, yo, we gotta tear it down, like start fresh, become bad for a season, like that kind of situation. Because like it's kind of bad. We'll throw Rosas in here. So then did Rosas pitch this year? 8 games. Who am I missing? I'm missing somebody. Who am I missing? Oh, Cam Graham. We might rock the extra pitcher in the postseason and just let whoever got sent down get sent down. Oh, okay, Webster, not as good as he was last year. And I mean, see potential, he's probably not going to increase too much more. We've signed him long term, but it was a super cheap deal, so like I'm not upset by it. Rosas came in, gave us an okay season. You know, I think he's a guy that could earn some time out of the bullpen or in the rotation. And then when you look at our bullpen, there's some clear issues. Not ideal. This was the guy I was worried about the most just because of the hits and walks per 9 being low and his control being low. That's why I wanted to make him a reliever. Didn't really work out. So we've got these guys here. I mean, when they do well, they do well. But man, they're not doing well at all. Like nobody is doing well at all. Like that is a big issue. Let's see here. He got sent down again. I mean, he clearly has to be a guy that only faces lefties. And that's understandable. This guy we drafted a few years back, and he looks like he's a really good hitter, which is good to see. Maybe he's our righty and he's our lefty platoon first baseman. I mean, that's looking like the situation that it's going to be. Unless we go with Papas, which I mean is definitely a possibility. Cadimer's garbage. I want him off the team. I might not even offer him arbitration. I might just save the money and go with a pitcher because we clearly need it. Salvi was a backup catcher I signed. Higuero potential went up even though he had like his worst year of his career. But if he got 8 potential, I'm in. Sanders, Bubba Chandler, we got that. So who else got sent down? Someone else got sent down. Am I wrong about that? Because I didn't have Sanders up. I guess that makes sense. Whatever. All right, so Brian Reynolds still doing well. Love to see it. Key Bryant killing it. I mean, like everybody's still doing very well, right? Like we basically have everybody that we want for the whole rebuild. It's just like pitching is really letting us down. Really letting us down. So we need them to step up like a lot. So hopefully they do, because otherwise it's game over and we're done. So we're never winning a World Series. So hopefully this is the year. Can we do it? We have 26 guys on the active roster. So maybe send him down and then we'll rock like this. Boom. Okay, that's a good start. Now we face the Cubs, who we barely got by in the regular season. And I think we go like that. Let's see what we can do here. Win. We lose the first 2. We win that one. We lose that one. I think we're out. The postseason is just not our friend. Oh, man. What's the issue? Pitching, man. 8 runs, 7 runs, 12 runs. Yeah, I mean, pitching's just getting thrashed. All right. I might just let some players walk as the Mariners win. I might let some players walk and then just spend the money somewhere else. just not offer him arbitration, like that might be the smart move. Just because, one, I don't have a lot of money to work with, as you can see, 40 mil in the bank, but also just because like the guys we have are garbage. So I got to figure something out. All right, I'm getting a first base prospect for Cadimer, Oviedo, and Hoffman. It opens up a little bit of money as well, but he looks really good. And maybe by like the final couple seasons, like 9-10, he'll be our first baseman. So I wanted to open up like a couple mil. I guess that will do that. So where is Cuevas? He's in AAA. All right, perfect. So now I still need to figure out the pitching staff a little bit. I'm probably gonna have to sign a couple players, but this is probably what we're looking like. I'm trying to think what we could do with Peters here, because like I think he could be nasty. So maybe it's a setup guy or a closer, but we'll see. I think it's kind of the same thing with like Alex Reyes, Jordan Hicks, those guys that don't have, Genesis Cabrera, don't have a lot of control. Setup seemed to work really well. Same thing with closer. So let's give it a shot this year, see how it works. Otherwise, the rotation is kind of like this. I need everybody to pop off this year. Please, please. And then the lineup, kind of the same as what it has been. And you can see some of our youngsters here are getting into the team. So we're going to go like that. Massey's going to face lefties, I think. But, I mean, we've got a little bit of a team starting to form here. So I'm liking it. I'm liking it. That's our team. That's our team. So let's see what happens. So we're consistently winning 100 games. Like, that's not the problem. The problem is winning a playoff series, getting to the World Series, all that good stuff. So league leaders, that's it. I mean, apparently Dom Smith turns into Barry Bonds. It looks like, Jesus, he looks insane. He looks insane. Bregman's still with the Marlins. I think he's been there for a little bit. Yeah, since 2025. And some youngster. Ooh, Soderstrom. Ooh, so if you're looking for a catcher, go pick up Tyler Soderstrom. 27 years old. He looks like really good. Holy cow. He looks insane. Insane. Torkelson's still killing it. He's pretty good. What else we got here? Hits, Riley Green. Zachary William is a 94 contact. Who is this guy? 30 years old. Definitely a drafted player, obviously, but okay. Some interesting names at the top of the leaderboards now. We're starting to see some of those prospects pop off a little bit. Awards, what do we got? A gold glove. Key Brian Hayes, lock it down. Just call it the Key Brian Hayes Award, because that's what it is. It's a Key Brian Hayes Award. I feel like he's won it every single year without failure. So I guess that's good, right? At least we have that going for us, right? Because we haven't really had any other awards where I'm like, yeah, that was him. That was him. Who got sent down? Nobody. They just called up. Oh wait, Hamill got called up a little bit, and he was nasty. 11 innings, 15 strikeouts. Ooh, I don't think it. Ooh, Webster didn't get any time. I didn't think he did. Okay, so they just called up someone, which means a bat got sent down. So what do we got going on here in terms of, man, some of these guys that we have are going to be kind of nasty, huh? Oh, they're starting to turn into beasts. I like it. Randy Peters, not good in the setup role. Not good in the setup role. Okay, so that's good to know. Randy Peters, just not good. Like, that's just someone that we're probably going to have to trade. How are we looking pitching wise? What are we doing here? Yes, Graham. There we go. Finally. 25 years old, though. So, like, kind of makes a little bit of sense. I'm actually going to make him the number one for the postseason. And I think the rest kind of picks themselves. I mean, that kind of makes sense, right? All right, so Milanka got sent down. It wasn't bad. Like, he just doesn't have power. So, like, that's fine. I understand why they sent him down. It looks like Papas got sent down, too. Really? They just didn't use him versus lefties. They used him versus everybody else but lefties. This guy's our starter next year. No doubt about it. He looks insane. He looks insane. We got to get this guy into the mix a little bit too. But okay, so they took out him. So who do we use instead? Who can we get Peguero in somehow? How are we going to do that? Because we don't have anybody that can play first base. It's kind of been our issue this entire time. So I guess we just go like this. I guess. I mean, we don't really have another choice. So off the bench, what do we got going on here? Skog was someone I picked up as a backup catcher. Obviously doesn't look great. And anybody else like pop off? Doesn't look like it. Why is Jordan here? Oh, no DH. Okay. So normal lineup, Brian Reynolds is still killing it. Love to see it. We've got one more year with him, and I think that's the penultimate year anyways, because this is year 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So this is year 8, and I mean, we still got like the core popping off, like, which is awesome to see. Like, yes, 99 overall, Henry Davis. Here's some of their stats. You can see some of the older players are starting to fall off a little bit, and by older I mean a 30-year-old Juan Soto forgot how to play baseball. So there's that. But I mean, the team's looking great. Like, we have a good team. It's just we've been dropping the ball at very unfortunate times. That's what? No, Neil Cruz. No. Okay. So yeah, that's the team. Piguero killed it. You know, I've had him mainly facing lefties because he's a little bit better versus lefties, and it's really been showing because I mean he's been popping off. So overall, again, the team is looking great. I mean, we've got a really good team. It's just I need them to do some business in the postseason. Who are we gonna face? The Giants. Can we not lose here, please? Okay, that's not ideal. Full series right off the rip. Like, come on. Padres. Oh, we're in the World Series. We're facing the Mariners, dude. I don't want to face the Mariners. And the reason I don't want to face the Mariners is because they got the greatest hitter known to man, Zachary Williams. They've got JP Crawford, Torkelson, Gavin Sheets, J-Rod, Arozarena Renifo, Henry Ford, and then Davis Wenzel, like whatever. But that team's kind of gross. And then when you look at their pitching, clearly something's working here, right? Like they're doing some business. And I don't like that. That looks like a pretty good team. All right, can we do it? I mean, this is our first World Series appearance, by the way. So there's that. And we do. Oh, I already know this video is gonna be pretty long, so that's why I didn't hop into it. Keep Bryant World Series MVP, as it should be, and then Brian Reynolds playoff MVP. So we beat the Mariners, and as you can see, boom, we got 2 years left. I think we've got the team. I mean, to get the World Series, that's like a huge weight off the shoulders, and we have 2 more years. I mean, let's just kind of see what we can do here. Oh, I can't let Key Bryant go. That means someone's got to get traded. And who would I rather keep? Jordan. Oh, I mean, they're both tanking quick. Let's get rid of Jordan, and we could just turn to Kenny Armstrong. Not the same, but like at least we have some replacements there. And how are we gonna do this? I think we trade one of our pitchers. So Contreras I'll keep. Is there somebody else maybe that's like kind of on a stupid contract that we could potentially move? Neil Cruz, but like he's been kind of a piece. So maybe just get let's see here, a pitcher, because like he's leaving, and like he's also been good. Oh man, what do we do here? Ooh, Whitlock's going down, so maybe we let Whitlock go, and we just get a really good closer. So is there a really good closer that's on like a somewhat friendly deal and is somewhat young? No. Doesn't look like it at all. Oviedo, who we traded away. I mean, honestly, he looks, yeah, it's crazy, but Class A. That's not really the best. So are we gonna bring back a guy that we got rid of, or do we just bring in like a crazy good pitcher and see if we can get one for cheap? Like, is Hunter Green good? Nate Pearson's good finally? Is that the case? And for like half the price? I'm in. Oh, they want more. What do they want? Am I gonna have to trade Soto? I don't really want to. He's still kind of good. And I mean, this would put over the maximum number of players. Okay, so that's not gonna work. But who do I go to then? Am I really gonna go to like Oviedo just as a salary dump? I think I might have to. And then just try to pick up something else. What can I get? What can I get? What can I get here? Like, it's such a bad trade in terms of like getting the best return possible, but realistically it's a salary dump, and I know we're picking up a player that I traded away, but you know what, it's a Whitlock replacement essentially. So okay, it's a salary dump, so we can afford some of our key players, our core players. All right, so Weathers and Whitlock are gonna go. We still have 40 mil to play with. I just gave them max deals essentially because I wanted to keep them in the team. But yeah, these two are going to go. We've got relievers, and that's kind of why I made the trade that I did. And I'm just going to bring everybody back. Let's just keep giving these prospects a chance. So here's the hit leaders so far through the sim. And as you can see, Freddie Freeman's a free agent, but he's really close to 3,000 hits. And there's a couple others, like Trout's getting close. And there it is. These are kind of like the top stat leaders. You know, obviously players are going to retire as well. Corey Seager at 88 overall. Like he's mashing. He's mashing for sure. Lindor's up there. And as you can kind of see, these are your leaders here. And then home runs, Trout has 577 home runs. Next closest is 515. Freeman with 500, Arenado with 500, Machado just shy. And then here are the rest. I mean, Tatis has got a chance. Bregman, Semien, there's a couple others. So I just wanted to show you these as well as the RBI leaders. Let me do this. Freddie Freeman is the current RBI leader that's still around. And stolen bases, 423 for Trey Turner. Next closest is 385. So I figured I'd show you that. Let me see if I can get pitchers. We'll go with wins. Garrett Cole is the most winning pitcher that's still in the league. What about saves? Edwin Diaz with 459. Next closest is Josh Hader with 385. Clase, Crochet, you got Gallegos. Okay. All right, so there it is for our team. Let me go to our team. Let me show you what we're working with here. I'll just go with position players. You know, hits. We got Reynolds there. Ke'Bryan Hayes with 1,300. O'Neal with 1,000. Home runs. You've got Soto and Brian Reynolds. Ke'Bryan, O'Neal, Henry Davis at 30 years old has 129. And then RBIs wise, you can kind of see what's going on here as well. So, I mean, it's kind of cool to see the stats as we go through everything. You know, if we look at pitchers, wins, it goes to Contreras. Saves, it's Randy Peters with the most saves on our team. Most innings pitched is Contreras as well. And then strikeouts, I'm assuming it's the same. So, I mean, we've kind of rotated through some pitchers just because it really didn't work out with a lot of the pitchers that we have. Haven't really had a good... yeah, that was kind of the letdown for this rebuild. We've had some really good offensive players. We just haven't had any good pitchers, like really standout pitchers. And I feel like that's what's kind of let us down throughout this whole thing. So let's get into season 9. Here's our team. Obviously no Yordan. Soto, I think, is in his second to last year. So that could be maybe a player we look to move. But this is the team. Kenny Armstrong is in the lineup. James Cuevas as well. But for the most part, it's everybody's back. Everybody's back. And pitching wise, a lot of the youngsters who we've had, plus Oviedo, who we just traded for after we traded him away. So yeah, I'm gonna give Randy Peters a closing job and see how it goes. I'm a crazy man. We won the World Series, so I'm happy. Let's finish off these last 2 seasons. All right, we almost broke the record for most wins in a season, which, to be honest, I didn't expect that at all. So this is the 9th season, and I feel like the 10th season, I'm gonna start to lose a lot of players in the bigs. So I'm going to show you the lineups for every team so you guys can kind of see where they are rated. I'm not going to scroll through every single team to show you the ratings. 59 overall, Chris Bryant, by the way. But this way you can at least kind of see the overall, so you can kind of figure out where certain players are 9 years into a future for a franchise. Plus you'll see some other names, like some creative players from the draft. So here you are. And there's some prospects that really do well. I'm also seeing some players that are holding the rating fairly well. How does Jesus Sanchez do since we let him go? Not great. So Jesus Sanchez probably not on my list of players to acquire for the future. But there's some really cool names out there. I'm seeing a lot of prospects develop, and some prospects I'm gonna keep my eye on for future 10-year rebuilds, because this isn't gonna be the only one that I do, especially since I feel like I didn't do the best. I felt like I could have done a little bit better with pitching, and I feel like we did pretty well with hitters. This was a guy I had my eye on, and I was kind of hoping he would have done a little bit better, because in real life I've heard the guy just mashes. So we'll have to see what we can do for future 10-year rebuilds. That's kind of what I'm looking at. I'm looking at some of these names. Did Cadimer do well since he went back to the Guardians and did pretty well? But what I was gonna say was I want to do more 10-year rebuilds. Obviously, I want to find some new players. I want to try out some new prospects. I want to draft like a superstar. I felt like we drafted a couple good players, but we didn't draft any like crazy superstars. And I feel like that's kind of the big thing. I also felt like pitching this year is really hit or miss. Like, I'm noticing that with a lot of pitchers. It's very hit or miss. Like, sometimes they just absolutely take off, become really, really good, and other times it's just like meh. And I feel like it's really a coin flip for pitchers this year. And there's a couple that do well every single time, but also I just feel like it really is a big coin flip for pitching this year. And as you can see, we're starting, Randy Peters with the saves. So maybe Randy Peters was our closer and we didn't utilize him in the best way. And you can see the offense really popped off too. So that's great to see. But of course, Cadimer, it just didn't work out for us. You know, change the scenery. He goes back to the Guardians. Maybe that's where he was meant to be this whole time. And we took him away from the place that he was going to thrive. So it just didn't work out. Sometimes that's just the case. Some players just don't work out. Awards: a Cy Young, a Gold Glove for Hayes, and Rookie of the Year. Lamar Williams, he's still killing it in the league apparently. Love to see that. Piguero and Hayes. Piguero was a guy that I'm going to have to get him in another rebuild because I did not utilize him enough. He's been fantastic. And yeah, I'm going to have to get him in another rebuild, especially a 10-year rebuild, because I think this guy's going to be something special. Ke'Bryan in the mix for MVP as well. We've got Adley, Glaber. I mentioned him in my 10 players to acquire for hitters. Go and get Glaber. He is so good. Always really good. Go and get him. And Cam Graham, gotta love the name, gets the Cy Young. What else we got here? Any other interesting one? Randy Peters, man. That's the guy. 8 blown saves, so a little bit high, but the move from starter to reliever, a failed starter, it looks like we found his role in the closing spot, which is perfect. Love to see it. What else we got here? Rookie of the Year, Cuevas with 30 home runs. I forgot what team we stole him from, but thank you very much because he's kind of good. He's kind of good. Love to see it. All right, pitching. What do we got going on here? So some players were sent down. Who was sent down? Ulrich. Yeah, he had that one good season, 2029, and then he actually had a couple good seasons to start the career, but been kind of hit or miss lately. And then we've got Micah Adams, who I'm probably going to call up next year, but what else is going on here? So maybe we go with like Burrows in this spot, bring back Jonathan Field. All right, so Hamill got roughed up in 4 innings. We've got Hodges, who was iffy. Back was great. Francisco was unbelievable. Burrow didn't pitch at all. Field was good. Oviedo brought him back, got his chance, and he killed it. And then Peters, look at him, killing it in the closer role. Graham, Cy Young winner, was solid. Contreras has been kind of mad this whole time. Falk, Kirby, and Rosas. So I might actually put Rosas in the 2 spot and kind of rock something like this for the postseason. Offense now. It looks like it kind of stayed the same. What do we have going on here on the bench? Massey only got 2 at-bats all season. Sanders was okay. Herman, wow, 22 at-bats, kind of did well. Only 22 at-bats though, so that's kind of unfortunate. Reynolds he's falling off. Kind of expected. We got 1 more year. I'm bringing him back. Ke'Bryan killed it, extended him. He's not going anywhere. Soto's still crushing it, even though he's 80 overall, which is super disappointing. He's 31 years old. He's not going to fall off. The dude knows how to hit, right? Piguero, like I said, really, really good player, and he's staying in the lineup moving forward. Davis was great. Kenny Armstrong was solid. Nick Gonzalez has been great for us this entire rebuild. O'Neal Cruz has been great for us this entire rebuild. We've got this Cuevas guy who mashes. This is a team. I love to see it. Let's see what we can do in the postseason this year. We go right through the Mets. Kirby's pitching, so we're going to go like this. We're going to Contreras here, flip those around. And now against the Padres, we are through to the World Series, which is wow. And now we're taking on the Angels, who we beat. Back-to-back World Series for the Pirates. Who is our MVP? Juan Soto. Both playoff and World Series. Back-to-back World Series for us. Can we make it a 3-peat to finish off the video? I'm bringing everybody back. Freddie Freeman retires with 500 home runs. Garrett Cole also in the Hall of Fame. I'm bringing back Piguero. Whatever he wants, give it to him. I want him on the team. Ryan Reynolds, 1 year. He wants a lot of money. Can I just do like this and save some money? I'll sign him till he's 42. I just want to save some money here because otherwise I'm not going to be able to afford all these guys. So I'm going to drop this down. I'm going to bring everybody back and then let's finish season 10. All right, so I'm in a big pickle. Projected surplus is about 8 mil with the available budget probably leaves us around 20 mil. I still have 16 mil over the budget. I'm gonna trade someone with a really big contract. I don't know who though. I might have to trade 2 players, to be honest. Unless I can get away with Contreras. I mean, I might be able to get away with it in general. Soto being on the books is kind of a big killer, real big killer. That's a lot of money. I mean, I kind of want to keep him, but like I don't know if I'm gonna be able to afford everybody. I hope I can. Like we'll find out. We'll find out. We've signed everybody back. I let Kirby walk though. So if I can't afford Bill Sanders. Okay, so contracts wise, I can't afford these guys. So Papas I didn't bring back. Ramirez I signed. So I gotta figure out the Sanders contract, which if I trade away Contreras and just go with some of these young guys that we have, that'll work. So what I'll do is I'll just take this guy, open up so much money, and then that allows me to keep Sanders. And I'd rather prefer that because Contreras has been like okay, like he hasn't been terrible, but like he hasn't been great either. And I feel like some of the young guys we have, I think we'll be okay. So I think we'll be okay now. Like I think we should be able to afford everybody. Everybody should be signed. Besides Papas, who is going down in rating, hasn't really panned out. Really wasn't the guy I was hoping he was going to be. And I think we just keep going now. I think that's it. Let's see who's season 10. So the team's still the same, and realistically with these 10-year rebuilds, it's all about trying to get these prospects that we drafted or just let some of the core players that we have develop. If you guys want to see more transactions throughout these 10-year rebuilds where we go and get those other prospects like a J-Rod or a Torkelson or a Kelnick, players like that, let me know in the comment section. I'm always down to change up the team a lot, but I felt like we did fairly good with the prospects that we had, especially the bullpen. I feel like a lot of these guys we drafted. Cam Graham was a player we drafted. Falk was a player we drafted. And I feel like we did fairly well. Peters was a player we drafted. And then the lineup, I think the Pirates got a crazy good farm system. So, I mean, we had Reynolds already. Key Bryan was already here. But then Davis, Nick Gonzalez, O'Neal Cruz came up. And then we kind of picked up a couple prospects here and there through trades. Or honestly, did we even draft a prospect that really made a difference hitting wise? I had Massey, but he didn't really pan out. He was a catcher. He kind of let me down. But Milanka, I kind of feel like he could be kind of nasty, but where does he get into the team with his contact? Maybe over Soto, but like I mean, Milanka probably would be the guy out of all the prospects that we had that would do some business. So offensively, maybe I didn't draft the good prospects. Maybe pitching I did a little bit better. But let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see. I'm just going to sim through the year. And yeah, so like I said, let me know what you want to see. Would you rather see me go and pick out more real life prospects? Would you like a mix? Would you like more transactions? Let me know. Doesn't look like our season's going too great, which is understandable. Our team's getting a little bit older. Some of our prospects maybe I spoke too soon. Are we about to pop off a little bit? I'm going to simulate the draft. It's the last one. So yeah, I mean, as you get further on in franchise, draft picks are super hard to come by sometimes, especially relievers. So a lot of the time what I do is I make starting pitchers relievers, especially because I'm noticing a lot this year have like 60 stamina. So those actually make some really good long relievers, middle relievers, even some closers. So that's a possibility. Would you like to see more trades in these rebuilds? Like, let me know what your thoughts are. Go ahead, drop a comment. Did you enjoy today's video? Who do you want to see next for a 10-year rebuild? Do you want to see a 20-year rebuild? And I'd probably lose my mind if I did a 20-year rebuild. But here we are. Do we finish the last year in the postseason? 10-year rebuild. Oh, did we have a tiebreaker at 95 and 68? I think we did. We did. We had a tiebreaker. So there it is. We're back in the postseason. Piguero with the final league leading stat for us. You can see Corey Seager kind of mashed throughout this entire thing. Art Seaver looks like an unbelievable prospect. I'm really disappointed I didn't go and pick him up, but oh well. And I'll just focus on the awards. Key Brian Hayes, I honestly think he just won 10 straight gold gloves. So Rob Sims, 50 homers, dang. All right, so what else we got here as we run through everything? Austin Elliott, was a player I actually looked at for a pitcher to pick up. I think in like season 4 of season 5, I actually looked at him to pick him up because I really wanted a pitcher. I think we went with Medwick instead. I can't really remember who we went with that year, but there it is. Here's our team. It looks like a position player got sent down. Hodges, Chuck Brown got called up, but Hodges looks like he's pretty good too. I feel like overall, maybe we did do really well with the pitchers. I mean, like 10 blown saves is not ideal. So we're gonna go to Oviedo here, and then who else was really good? We're gonna go Beck. And then looking at our starters, Cam Graham went back to his like 4 ERA self. We got Falk, Rosas. Maybe we didn't do good pitching wise. Maybe we didn't. I don't know. It's not looking too great. And then lineup wise, Soto got sent down after an okay year. So I think we can turn to a different person. Let's go to Milanka, and he can play left field. So we'll swap him with Armstrong. And I feel like that's an okay replacement. I mean, Milanka's got that contact number, so I think we'll be okay for the postseason. So what do we got? Where is he? Am I blind? There he is. Okay, so on the bench, we've got Skog, who was just our backup. He didn't get a single at bat this year. Wow. Sanders was great off the bench. Herman, not as good as he was last year. And then when we take a look at Reynolds, I mean, he killed it every year this rebuild. Unbelievable. Love to see it. Key Bryan, the Gold Glove master, still killing it at 34. Milanka is just an on-base machine. Aguero, kind of the same thing. Really good. 38 home runs. Ooh, go and get yourself a Leover Aguero if you ever need a second baseman, middle infielder for a rebuild for long term. That guy is a beast. Henry Davis looks like he's starting to cool off a little bit, but honestly, he was really good throughout this entire thing. Kenny Armstrong looks like he's just starting to get his career started, and I mean, he looks like a contact master. Gonzalez, worst year by far. Wow, that was bad. O'Neal Cruz starting to cool off too. So we're kind of at the perfect point because some of our players are starting to tank really quickly. So I definitely would have been smarter with the contracts, 100%. But I really wanted to keep the core, and yeah, that's kind of where I was at for this rebuild. So final chance, can we get the 3-peat? I mean, it's a possibility. I don't really want Hamill on this game, but see what we can do here. Can we do it? The 3-peat, we are 1 game away. We are in the World Series, so at least we made it 3 straight years. Cam Graham, game 1, we win. Falk, we lose. A loss, another loss, a win. We're still alive. 1 more game, and it is the last game. So you know what? Let's do this. Let's hop into it. The last game. Ooh, let's rock something a little spicy. Let's rock the old school Pirates. PNC Park. We're gonna let. Ooh, I don't know who to go with here. Maybe Falk. Yeah, we'll go Falk. All right, can we do it? I mean, literally, let's just fly through it. Victor Robles with the double, facing Ethan Costello. 1-run scores thanks to Milanka, the Soto replacement. And I mean, we're moving slow here. Can we keep it going? Single. Let's get more runs. Come on, offense. I have faith in you. Let's do it. 1 run isn't going to be enough. I know it's not. It just isn't going to be. Okay, first and second, Nick Gonzalez. O'Neal Cruz brings in another. Cuevas strikes out. Cuevas should be a lot higher in the lineup, but maybe he's a low lineup just threat. You know, you get to that bottom lineup and you're like, why is he down here? And now I got to pitch to him before the top of the lineup? Wild. 2-0 still. As Falk goes 7 shutout. That's definitely his last one. I'm not going to let him go any further. He's looking a little tired. 8th inning. Let's go to Beck. Please shut it down. No runs, please. Shuts it down. And we get a walk. Another walk. Henry Davis, Kenny Armstrong loads the bases, and we can't score there. So we're going to go to Oviedo. Hopefully he closes the door. And first and second, Keone Cavaco loses. That's a 3-peat to end it. Ooh, Falk with 7 shutout innings. Awards. Milanka's your World Series MVP. O'Neal Cruz, playoff MVP. And that is your Pirates 10-year rebuild in a nutshell. I hope you enjoyed it. Of course, if you did, hit the like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoy the content. And of course, get in the comment section. Let me know what you thought of today's rebuild. How would you change these 10-year rebuilds going forward? More transactions, more trades, more free agent signings, more prospects. Let me know what you think. Let me know. I'm definitely interested to see what you guys can come up with. But yeah, I wanted to bring you a 10-year rebuild this early in the MLB The Show. Why not do it with the Pirates, who have one of the best farm systems in baseball? That's it, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.